everyone. So today we are moving into a new unit, and that will be multiplying and dividing fractions. So today we're going to start with multiplying fractions by whole numbers, and we're going to do so using repeated addition. So you can go to a new blank page in your notebook and title it Multiplying Fractions by Whole Numbers. Using repeated addition. All right. So we're going to start with an example. That will be 1/3 times 4. We got our fraction multiplied by a whole number. And we're going to do repeated addition to do this. So 1/3 times 4, we know when we multiply, we are talking about groups of, right? If it's 5 times 4, we have 5 groups of 4 or 4 groups of 5. So 1/3 times 4 would be 4 groups of 1/3. So we can use repeated addition by adding 1/3 4 times to get our answer. And that's what we're going to do today. So even if you know how to multiply and you think you can figure it out, you're going to have to show repeated addition today. So 1/3 times 4 would be 1/3 plus 1/3 plus 1/3 plus 1/3. 1/3 4 times 1/3 times 4. So if we add those up, we got 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, that equals 4. We know when we add fractions, we keep the denominator, so it's 4/3, not 4/12, 4/3. All right. We're also going to be showing this repeated addition today with models and a number line. So if you don't like to represent your math, you're not going to like today, but we are going to show how we got our answer 4/3 in multiple ways. So first, model. We're going to draw a model basically of this right here. We're going to have 1/3. One of 3 pieces are shaded. We're going to have that 4 times. Okay, so there's 1/3, 4 times. We're going to put that equals, if we combine them all, we got 3 here, and then we have 1 more. That will go in a second model. 4/3, or 1 and 1/3. 4/3 equals 1 and 1/3. We can actually write it right there. Right, if you did 4 divided by 3 long division, you would get 1 and 1/3. And then finally, the last way we're going to show is on a number line. And you'll be given your number lines on your homework assignment that's attached to this video. But you will have to drag some arrows over to kind of show this repeated addition on your number line. So in this case, you'd have a number line that probably went from 0 to 2. It'd have 1 in the middle. And it'd be broken up into thirds because that's what we're talking about. So like this would be 1/3, 2/3. This would be 1 and 1/3. That'd be 1 and 2/3. So you'll be given the number line, you won't have to make it, but today you have to draw it in your notebook. And then you're going to show 1/3 times 4 on this number line. Okay? There's 1/3 times 1 times 2, 1/3 3 times, and 1/3 4 times. And that brings you to your 1 and 1/3. Okay? So we're going to be using repeated addition today, and you're going to have to show it in several ways. All right. This one is one of the easier of the examples because it has a 1 at the numerator, but you won't always have a 1 there. It does get a little bit harder, but still you're just repeatedly adding, and you guys should be masters at that by now. Okay, we're going to do example 2. Same thing. All right. Example 2. We're going to do 1/6 times 4. No, we'll do it times 5. We just did times 4. 1/6 times 5. Okay. So first we're going to use just normal repeated addition. 1/6 5 times would be 1/6 plus 1/6 plus 1/6 plus 1/6 plus 1/6. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 total. So 1/6 times 5 is 5/6. Again, we have 1 as our numerator. It's pretty simple. All right, now we're going to draw each of these. We draw 1/6 5 times. So you split your piece into 6 sections, because that's the denominator, and you shade one of them. I made it easy for you because on your homework, these models are already made for you. You just have to shade in a certain amount of boxes because it's on Google Classroom. So if we add up all these, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We actually only need 1 box. Last time we needed 2. And we're going to shade in 5 of those because this one doesn't quite equal a whole. Our first example was more than 1. Whenever you add them all up. This one is still less than 1, it's 5/6. So we have 5/6 total right there. And then if we do this on a number line, it's going to be from 0 to 1. It's going to go by sixths because that's what our denominator is. So that's 1/6, that's 2/6, that'd be 3/6. We got 4/6 and 5/6. All right. So then if we count by 1/6 times 5, we got 1/6 times 1 times 2 times 3 times 4 and times 5. We end up right there at 5/6. Okay, so you got to show this repeated addition 3 ways. I'll do one more example, this time with a fraction that has a different number as the numerator than 1. All right, we're going to do 3/4 times 3. Okay. So 3/4 times 3 would be 3/4 added 3 times. 3/4 plus 3/4 plus 3/4. So then we got 3, 6, 9/4. Which if we did 9 divided by 4, we get 1. Oh, sorry, we get 2. So we get 2 and 1/4. We put that as a mixed number. Right now we're going to show that with our models. So we're going to take a model and split it into 4 pieces because that's the denominator, shade in 3 of them. That's the numerator. And we're going to do that 3 times. Okay, so that's 3/4, 3/4, 3/4, or 3/4 times 3. And now we're going to show what that equals if we put them all together. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, just like we counted here. So this will be 8. We want to draw another one for our 9th. And so that's 2 and 1/4. Same thing we got there. Okay, and then lastly, we'll put it on a number line. So it will go to 3 this time. And you would count by fourths since that's our denominator. We got 1/4 here, 2/4, 3/4. Right, that would be 1 and 1/4, 1 1/2, 1 3/4, 2 and 1/4, 2 1/2, and 2 3/4. All right, and then you're going to count by 3/4 this time. So the number line gets a little bit more confusing, or a little bit more tricky than it was with a numerator of 1. So the first one goes to 3/4. Then you got to count 3 more fours. So 1, 2, 3 more lines would be there at 1 1/2. We're going to do it one more time. 1, 2, 3/4. Puts us there at 2 and 1/4, which matches our model and our repeated addition. All right, so you will be filling out a Google slide that has like 3.5 problems, because I started one of the problems for you, so you could see kind of what you need to be doing. But you're going to be filling in some fractions that add up. You're going to be filling in some models, and you're going to be moving some arrows to a number line to show each of the multiplication problems.